I, Barack Hussein Obama, will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Obama.
It's part of reporting this election. The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg.
Guantanamo will be closed no later than 1 year from now.
I've asked the president-elect not to move forward with my nomination at this time.
It became clear to me that it would be very difficult to serve in this cabinet.
Tom made the decision. I take responsibility for this mistake.
These were careless mistakes. They were avoidable mistakes.
Our economic crisis could become a national catastrophe.
If we do everything right, there's still a 30% chance you're going to get it wrong.
How many of you people want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage? President Obama, are you listening?
They sent us here to bring change.
You voted for change, but you're not getting any change today.
If this is the change we all can believe in, America's best days are behind her.
Then you get the argument, well, this is not a stimulus bill, this is a spending bill. What do you think a stimulus is? That's the whole point.
What happened to the promise that we're going to let the American people see what's in this bill for 48 hours? But no, we don't have time to do that.
I'm pleased to say that the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act is now law.
I shamelessly say no. I want him to fail. Why would I want socialism to succeed?
In things racial, we have always been, and we, I believe, continue to be, a nation of cowards.
By August 31st, 2010, our combat mission in Iraq will end.
They now say that the war on terror has been changed. It's now overseas contingency operations.
Gordon Brown gave a very thoughtful gift. Barack Obama then gives him the blockbuster fun pack.
We worked hard to get the right Russian word. You think we got it?
You did it wrong.
I got it wrong.
We will lift the ban on federal funding for promising embryonic stem cell research. If you buy a car from Chrysler or General Motors, starting today, the United States government will stand behind your warranty. There have been times where America's shown arrogance.
He said it in the negative way, and that's what's going to remain in the minds of a lot of Europeans. Even President Obama admits America is arrogant.
We have a very large Christian population. We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation.
The fact is, this president bowed before the Saudi king.
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation.
The fact is, this president bowed before the Saudi king.
This initiative is funded by the high end. We call it AstroTurf. It's not really a grassroots movement.
What does this have to do with taxes? What does this have to do with your taxes?
To the extent veterans read it as an accusation, an apology is owed.
If they see an American president cozying up to somebody like Chavez, it sort of sets the wrong standard.
I acted primarily because of the exceptional circumstances that surrounded these matters.
With respect to those who formulated those legal decisions,
He believes that they should not be prosecuted either.
I would say that that is going to be more of a decision for the Attorney General.
Those issues are issues that have been the hallmark of the first 100 days.
The first 100 days has been an education
Today
for all of
marks
us.
100 days since I took the oath of office.
This will go down in history as the most expensive 100 days for the American people.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Condition and woe is us. We're in a lot of trouble. But man, you're never going to get any truth from us.
Okay, let's go on. This lady in red has had her hand up for some time.
Congressman Haskell, I want to know, I have a birth certificate here from the United States of America saying I am an American citizen with a seal on it, signed by a doctor, with the hospital administrator's name, my parents, my date of birth, the time, the date. I want to go back to January 20th, and I want to know, why are you people ignoring his birth certificate? He is not an American citizen. He is a citizen of Kenya. I am American. My father fought in World War II with the
president there, he is a citizen of the United States. But he is a citizen of the United States. Maybe, where did it start?
I think we should all stand up and give pledge allegiance to that wonderful flag. I survive for our freedom.
Obama's gonna change it. Obama's gonna lead 'em.
I'm the only major candidate who opposed this war from the beginning. And as president, I will end it.
This is why, as president, I will make the fight against al-Qaeda and the Taliban the top priority that it should be.
Second, I will cut tens of billions of dollars in wasteful spending.
That's why I've proposed an additional $1 billion in non-military assistance each year.
I will cut investments in unproven missile defense systems. I will not weaponize space. I will slow our development of future combat systems.
We need more troops, more helicopters, more satellites, more Predator drones in the Afghan border region.
Now, I had no doubt, and I said at the time, when I opposed the surge, that given how wonderfully our troops perform, if we place 30,000 more troops in there, then we would see an improvement in the security situation and we would see a reduction in the violence. We can send 15,000 more troops, 20,000 more troops, 30,000 more troops. I don't know any expert on the region or any military officer that I've spoken to privately that believes that that is going to make a substantial difference on the situation on the ground.
I've always said that the pace of withdrawal would be dictated by the safety and security of our troops and the need to maintain stability. That assessment has not changed.
Tend to end this war. I have seen no information that contradicts the notion that we can bring our troops out safely at a pace of 1 to 2 brigades per month. And again, that pace translates into having our combat troops out in 16 months.
Those are not statements that I ever heard when I was sitting in the pews at this church. Did I ever hear him make remarks that could be considered controversial while I sat in the church? Yes.
You can walk out of a church. I mean, you can go up to a pastor and say, this is wrong.
And as I said, Anderson, if I had heard any of these statements, I probably would have walked out, and I probably would have told Reverend Wright that they were wrong. But they were not statements that I heard when I was in church.
So no one...
Did I ever hear him make remarks that could be considered controversial while I sat in the church? Yes.
If the government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America, no, no, no. Not God Bless America, God Damn America. That's it.
I don't think that my church is actually particularly controversial.
Will you as president say, we are out of NAFTA in 6 months?
I have said that I will renegotiate NAFTA, so obviously you'd have to say to Canada and Mexico that that's exactly what we're going to do.
And I think actually Senator Clinton's answer on this one is right.
But how much of that bluster is real? CTV News has learned that within the last month, a senior member of the Barack Obama campaign telephoned the Canadian ambassador to the United States, Michael Wilson. In that call, the Obama operative warned the ambassador that NAFTA would become part of the debate in the Democratic primaries and that Obama would take some heavy swings at the trade deal, but told the ambassador, don't worry, it's just campaign rhetoric. It's not serious. But it goes to the question of truthfulness. In other words, did Barack Obama say one thing privately to a foreign government and then say something entirely different to the voters of Ohio and Texas? And it appears that tonight that's exactly what he did, and that's exactly...
In a TV ad in Pennsylvania on his energy proposals, Barack Obama says, quote, I don't take money from oil companies. The truth is, no candidate takes money from oil companies directly because it's illegal to accept donations from corporations.
A quote today from Senator Barack Obama, which puzzled me. He said that we should have sex education in kindergarten. I'm not kidding you. And I scratch my head as I hear that. Sex education in kindergarten.
I remember him using this in his campaign against me, saying Barack Obama supports teaching sex education to kindergartners. And, which I didn't know what to tell him. But it's the right thing to do. But it's the right thing to do.